The Food and Drug Administration has warned takers of the insomnia drug Lunesta, Zopiclone, that the starting dose should be just 1 milligram. A recent trial showed that a larger dose of Lunesta can cause next-day impairment of driving, memory, and coordination, the FDA reported. It was based on the results of a 91-person, placebo-controlled study in which participants taking the medication at 3 milligrams showed significant impairment of psychomotor and memory function up to 11.5 hours after taking it. Even more alarming, the majority of these people were unaware that they were impaired. As a result, the FDA has asked that the starting dose of 2 milligrams be reduced to 1 milligram. In those already taking higher doses, the FDA advised that they continue taking their prescribed dose but contact their healthcare providers to ask about the best dosage for them. This really comes as no surprise to those of us in sleep medicine. In August 2013, the FDA issued a similar warning about Ambien Zolpidem. The difference was the Ambien warning applied more to women than to men. The present study, and thus the warning, found both men and women equally impaired and unaware. What these medications have in common is that they both work on what are called GABA, gamma-aminobutyric acid, receptors in the brain. GABA is one of the most potent inhibitors of neuronal function that exists. The problem is that in addition to promoting sleep, these receptors, when activated, also can impair memory, balance, and complex tasks such as driving. Both medications appear to linger much longer than were realized. In the case of Lunesta, earlier studies demonstrated that the drug's influence was less specific to sleep-related brain sites than Ambien. It makes me wonder just how many early morning fender benders may be due to these medications. As a sleep specialist, I have found myself prescribing fewer and fewer prescription sleep aids. This has especially been the case with the benzodiazepine-type medications such as Ambien, Lunesta, Restoril, and Ativan, all of which exert their effects by acting on the GABA receptor. So what is a person with insomnia to do? I believe the first approach lies in good sleep hygiene. Establish a set sleep-wake schedule and turn off computers, televisions, and iPads prior to going to sleep. Make sure your bedroom is quiet and at a comfortable temperature, thus conducive to sleep. Your bedroom should be for sleep and sexual activity only. It is not the place to do your work or ruminate on the day's problems. Finally, there are those with insomnia that truly have a problem with physiological hyperarousal. They produce too much cortisol and other stress hormones at night. For some, diet and exercise or judicious use of supplements such as melatonin might work. But that still leaves some people who won't get the minimum of 7 hours sleep. In that case, if you are on one of these GABA-type medications, discuss the possibility of either lowering the dose or changing to an alternative medication that works in a different manner. There are some good alternatives out there, with more in development.